and this video is going to be for Gloria. So when I saw the comment to do a video on this missing persons, I was thinking that she was still alive, and that she doesn't want to be found. So it's been a couple days since you left that comment, and I've been thinking about her on and off to try and get a read on her, a little bit more of how I feel, because I don't obviously know what the reality is, especially when it comes to something that's a little bit more interpretive. Sometimes that could just be someone's, just a snippet of their mindset, right? I definitely don't feel that she's deceased. I don't feel that she's in immediate danger in the sense that she's fearing for her life, in the sense that like she's held hostage potentially. I'm not sure. We'll talk about it in a minute, but I just want to say, so if what I'm going to do, just so you guys are aware, is I'm going to record this as if I'm going to release this video. However, after I'm done, I'm going to look her up, because I've not looked her up yet. I'm going to look her up and then like loosely judge whether this should be released or not, because I feel like it has something to do with her family of why she doesn't want to be found. And of course I haven't really gotten into it yet psychically or research wise to kind of gauge this, but that's where I'm at right now. I really don't know what I'm going to be searching for online, but just so you guys kind of know where I'm coming from with this. And just another thing I want to say, like with these missing persons cases, the whole reason I'm even doing them is because hopefully something I say, if this helps maybe eyewitnesses who are looking into the case because they feel like they saw something, or if someone's just curious and they heard something, it might potentially corroborate with what you're finding out, right? Or instinctually, if it's something that you feel and it lines up with me, then now it kind of verifies a little bit of your intuition. You know, it's kind of like practicing to make sure, like, all of that kind of stuff, like how accurate you are, you know? Like, look at the bigger picture of these things, because I see in some of the comments people get really argumentative for whatever reason. So Gloria, I saw she's 27 years old. When I saw her in my mind, she looks little to me. She looks a lot younger than 27. I would say like early 20s, kind of. More around that range, or maybe like 24, 23. I don't know, maybe she just looks young for her age, unless she's been missing for a while. I'm not sure. And then I saw an image of her on a couch, and it kind of looked like one of those older couches. It kind of gave me the feeling of being like plaid, I guess is the print. I'm not sure what kind of print it is, but it's like, you know, like those dark blue couches that are a little more vintage now. They're like, I would consider them vintage because it's the style from like when I grew up. And it's like a darker home, like a darker building. The feeling that I was getting from it was like a trailer, and I was trying to think of like why I would think that, like what about it would give me that image, because if we start from there, then maybe that would give us a clear picture, right? Like maybe that's just something that I'm trying to associate in my own mind. So what I see is like, it's like dark, and then I can just feel the walls are thin, right? And the material, I don't know exactly what kind of material they use for trailers, but trailers notoriously have a short lifespan, right? They have to be replaced however many years. because of whatever material that they use for it. So it just felt like that material, and then it felt like that shape. I don't know. And then when I like look around, I don't know, that's it. That's just something about it gives me that similar feel. And then I see like flashes of red. Like something, like it's red, like the environment's red, or it's like dark, like burgundy, but like fiery red with like the depths of it being burgundy, and it covers the whole scene in my vision. And then I look around and I can see like it's like a desert area. Originally I was thinking Arizona. I could even compare it to like Nevada or California, but like in the desert parts of it. So that's what I got. And then I started thinking, okay, so where on the timeline is this, right? Like, where am I getting this? And it felt mixed. It's like that's where she was, and then that's similar to where she is. Like, she moved to a similar place than where she was in that vision. Like, maybe that's where she was originally. And when she was on the couch, going back to that beginning where I felt like she was in a trailer on a couch, I felt like there were other people around her. There were men, other guys around her, and they're just kind of hanging out, laughing, relaxed. It kind of feels like they're doing drugs, like maybe smoking weed or drinking, like eating processed food. Like, I don't know, there's some weird, like, it's weird to me. The situation's not it doesn't feel weird, but to me it's like, how I'm kind of confused of how I'm getting it, because I'm not actually seeing it. And normally I can see it. What I get is just that feeling. So I guess I'm just trying to make sense of it. So just take it for what it's worth, I guess. So that's what I'm getting, and it feels like they're friends of hers. Like, she's very familiar with them. She doesn't feel like she's in danger. She's known them for quite some time. Where do they live? It would be like if someone lived with her, like if it was a boyfriend and then the boyfriend had really close friends, like they were all pretty close friends or something, and they just kind of hang out a lot. I'm trying to think of where she went. It feels like I feel like she left on her own accord, and it seems like I see her gathering things and then moving very quickly out during the day. Like, it feels like it's during the middle of the day, like 2 p.m. She's just moving her stuff out. But not everything. She's just picking select stuff and she's taking it with her and she's going somewhere else. And I see her and she has like, I don't know, it's like, it's longer hair. Like, it's not like a short, like it's longer than her shoulder length hair is how I see her. It's almost like reddish, but brunette, I guess. I don't know. It's like darker, but I see her hair is down and she's like putting her hair behind her ears and then taking stuff, and she doesn't feel, I'm not gonna say if she, okay, that's the problem, is I don't want to say how exactly she's feeling, because maybe I'm not picking up everything, but the vibe that I'm getting is just like, I just want to go. Like, I'm just gonna go. There's not really any panic that I see in her. There's not any, I don't know, that she just is, I don't know why she's going away, but it doesn't seem, and I don't see anyone around her. She's like by herself, and like, then I got this weird vision, or it's not weird, I don't know why I keep saying weird, but it's this almost a dangerous feeling, because I saw a guy or guys outside of this, I'm gonna call it a trailer, but this, so whatever it is, but this trailer, and they're kind of like patrolling the area. Like, it feels like they're armed and they're looking around, like facing away from the trailer. So as she's getting things, they're guarding her, and they're just outside with their guns, and they feel like they're the same people that were with her. So maybe something happened, like, I mean, this is kind of what I'm seeing, but I'm not going to be clear on this, I don't think. It's going to be something like what I'm about to say, but I don't think that I don't know, who knows, right? There's something to do with either some sort of I don't know what she was into. Like, I don't know if she was sleeping with people for money. I don't know if she was selling drugs, or if the guys did something, and since she's with them, she's with us, you know, not necessarily guilty by association, but endangered by association. Or if, like, maybe they robbed someone and now they have to leave because that could escalate. And I would say it's like gang on gang kind of crime. So it goes undetected because they have to handle that in the streets. They obviously aren't going to call the cops on anything related to something that's illegal. And they don't want to get them involved anyway. But it feels, for her, it's more matter of fact. Like, it doesn't seem like she is feeling any kind of way other than, this is what we're going to do. Let's just get on with it. Let's go. Now, when I ask, I'm asking myself, really, and through asking myself, I'm opening these, they're basically like psychic gateways into her mind. So her guardian angels aren't, they're involved because they're guiding us, right? Like, our spirit guides are, anyway, just so you guys are kind of understanding, I guess on a psychic level, what I'm doing. But, like, asking why, just why, what's going on? Like, in general, just anything, just tell me whatever is going on. And I feel like she feels that no one would really understand. Like her family's not gonna understand her, and she doesn't want to talk to her family. There's people in her past, like friends, that she doesn't want to talk to because she feels judged for the choices that she's making and the choices that she's made. And she feels like her choices stem from a place that people still wouldn't understand, because things happen to her this is either I feel like it's in childhood. I don't know if there's another young girl involved, because what I see is a young girl. And I'm not going to say the name, but I hear a repetition of a specific name. But if the reason I'm not going to say is because it kind of feels intrusive, or I kind of want to be protective. I'm not sure. There's something about it where it feels kind of wrong for me to say it. And it would just make her really, really sad, like if I said it. This is assuming she's still alive and would somehow stumble across this video, or if anyone would find out, because this is so deeply personal that this isn't something that she's comfortable talking about or airing out. And they're just basically things that she feels no one would understand, and that she's tried to open up to people before. Like the guy that she's with now, or was with at the time of moving, maybe used it against her at one point. Like, keep bringing it up and, you know, rehashing it and blaming her, or just trying to just mess with her mind about it. And that's something that she feels like she can't handle. It makes her feel like she just wants to run away from it all. And that's why what I'm hearing is she left at a young age anyway. She was independent from a young age, and it's like, that's why, like, no one was there for me. No one protected me. No one could be there for me. No one understands, and I don't want to talk about it, and I just don't want my past to keep haunting me. I would much rather be dead to everyone than have to continue to be known as this person. Like, I want to just change my identity, basically. And where she's at now, I almost feel like it's not the same person that she had originally had left with. I would say that she's dating someone new, and I still feel like it's a trailer, because again, I think it's the shape. Or maybe I'm just right. Maybe that's all it is that I'm right. But this trailer is more sturdy, like it feels more sturdy. So what I would say with that is, if it's what are the ones that are like a step up from trailers? It's the like a double wide, I think. Or they took like the bones of a trailer. Like, I've seen people where they take the bones of the trailer and then they take better material, like stronger material, long lasting, and then redo, like make the walls and stuff alone. So now they just, they used a trailer bones for the framing, for the framing, and it makes it a lot easier. So it could be something like that. And it just doesn't seem like a good life, if I'm honest with you guys. Like, it doesn't seem healthy. Like, I'm getting an image of her being locked in a bathroom and her like yelling to be let out and just like freaking out, but it's played off as a prank. Where it's like, you need to let me out of this bathroom, yelling, banging on the door, and then they finally let her out. It's not funny, but she gets over it. You know, like, she has a very tough exterior, and it's being, like, her sensitivity. She's actually extremely sensitive and emotional, but she blocks it off by acting tough and by using drugs. And I feel it's not just weed anymore. I think it's escalated to something else that feels like, it feels like you can smoke it. I'm not sure, but what the drug, it might be crack, where it's like or meth, like it's a circle, because I kind of see like a pipe that's like circle, and then I can kind of feel like injections, so it's like you can smoke it and you can inject it, and then I can see spiritually what it does. Whatever this is that she's doing, whether it's a concoction of other things, spiritually, it's very, very dark. It's very dark. It feels the most isolating, spiritually speaking, it's the most isolating feeling you could ever feel. It isolates you from your soul. It robs you of your soul. It looks very bleak when you're on this drug. It feels like death. It feels like death, and I think she's overdosed several times. And I see the color, like this blue tarp, a lot of blue tarp, and she's laying on top or underneath. It feels like she's on top of it and she's looking up at the sky on this tarp. I don't know where in the timeline this is, if this is soon in the future, most recent past, sometime in the past, but there's a blue tarp and her and looking up into the sky, and she feels dead, okay, in that moment. Again, I don't believe that she is. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like she's very much alive, but with the way that she's conducting her life, she might as well be, because it's so risky of the things that she's involving herself in, and spiritually it's extremely dense. And a problem she's coming across is a couple things. She doesn't want to be judged for her actions. She doesn't want to be looked at as like a scumbag or something like that. Like, she doesn't want people to think that about her. She doesn't want to be criticized by anyone. She feels that her family is toxic or overbearing, or, you know, again, it could be a judgmental thing, right? That's not to say that that's the reality of it. That's her perception of it. And so that is another reason why she doesn't want to come forward. Another thing is she's involved in something that she feels like she's having fun in, but what it is this getting used to the drama. She's getting used to the drama, the trauma, the abuse, the emotional neglect, the spiritual neglect, the health, her neglect of her health, all of this. And I think if you were to find her right now, she would have some pretty crazy stories. Like, I was homeless for a while and living in the woods for however long, because so-and-so kicked me out. I was, you know, doing whatever, and I wasn't aware of really what was going on and the fight we had, and then they stabbed me, and I thought I was gonna die, and I ran off, and, you know, someone came and picked me up and brought me back, and, you know, stuff like that. Being locked in the bathroom, you know, pistol whip, like stuff like that. And it's just this not so good situation. And I feel like she feels abandoned, and she feels like there would be nowhere really to go, because no one understands, and the people who are looking for her, she doesn't feel safe around. So it's like a different kind of unsafety. So at least where she's at now, she made that choice, I guess, to be there, is kind of how she's saying it. So I don't know if that gave any good answers or not. Since I feel that she's alive, let's just see what her guardian angels have to say. I'm already hearing that they're saying that we love you so much. There's someone that's passed away. There's 2 women that have passed away that are connected to her from this life. So they feel like an aunt or a grandmother, something like that. They feel close. And they're saying that they love her so much, and she doesn't have to do this alone. It's like, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to suffer alone. There's so much more than that, or you're so much more than that. And they're saying, we don't want you to suffer. And I see an image of a little girl in like a flared dress, and the image went by too fast for me to see, because originally I saw yellow. I saw like yellow and black, and it kind of reminded me of sunflowers. It's like a little dress. They want you, this is exactly what I was going to say. They want you, this is speaking to Gloria as if she would watch this video. This is what I do for the celebrity readings, is to trust your intuition, okay? Because there's something going on right now in your life where you're feeling like something needs to change. There needs to be some sort of transformation. Like, you feel like there has to be some sort of transformation, and you're looking for the right time to make a certain move, is how it feels. Is like, you're planning something, you're planning a getaway, you're planning an escape, you're planning on another move, you're planning on a change, some sort of change going on with you, and to start listening more to your intuition, because when the right time comes, then you'll be able to be guided more effortlessly into the direction that you're looking for, in a more positive direction. I feel like you want to move into another state, or just somewhere even further away, and start completely new, like completely fresh. I feel like you want to clean up your life. You want to break this I would call it karmic ties, but it's like the family, some sort of family cycle, right? That's what it feels like. It's like some sort of cycle that you want to break, and you want to, you just want to start new. And you can do that, and you should do that. There's a lot about triggering here. There's a lot about triggering and self-reflection. See, there's even here another reflection. So let's see a little bit more. Because it feels like you've been living your life according to your fears. And what I mean by that is the way that you dictate the actions that you've taken in your life are because you're running away from the things that cause you fear, that cause you to feel emotional, that cause things that need to be brought out into the light and healed, right? That's what you're trying to escape. So that's what's driving you to make the decisions that you've made up until now. And you feel internally as if you don't want to do that anymore. It's like you don't want to run away from your problems. You want to run away from the situation because you feel like in order to get clean completely and to even have a clean mindset, then you need to distance yourself completely from where you feel there's some sort of attachments to. So your guardian angels are saying that it's going to be challenging. You are going to be coming up against a lot of healing that needs to be done and a lot of pushback, okay? For some reason, there's going to be a lot of pushback. And it's going to feel for a while that wherever you're at, whether it's emotionally where you're at or your physical location, you're going to feel like you don't belong. It's going to feel uncomfortable because it's like you're going to recognize your worth, and you're going to recognize what you're capable of, and you're going to recognize the things that you want to live for and that you want to enjoy. And you're going to think, I don't want to be here right now. Like, this is my time to fly. This is my time to soar. This is my time to really see life in a new lens and to not feel weighed down by all of these pains, because I know that it wasn't my fault. And I know that I can only take responsibility for my actions now and what I can do to change that, and what I can do to appreciate myself and to love myself and to give myself this opportunity that I felt was robbed from me. And it doesn't matter if someone doesn't understand where I'm coming from. What matters is that I'm healing myself and I'm making myself happy, and I'm not harming myself and I'm not harming anyone else. I'm just going to have to do what I feel is right for me. And I feel like you have to open up your mind and work with your guardian angels. And by doing that efficiently, it's by cutting out any lower vibrational things, whether it's your thoughts, negative thought patterns, your drug addictions, just like bad health problems, anything associated with something negative that can block you from them. And I do feel that some of this was supposed to happen in the sense that you were supposed to like come to this realization, right? Like, maybe not necessarily in the way that you have, but you were supposed to come to this realization of prioritizing yourself and working with your guardian angels rather than feeling like you have to do it by yourself and assuming that, you know, if I die, or if my guardian angels want to save me and they're by my side, then they'll step in. You know, when you're finally realizing that they are here, they have been stepping in, they have kept me safe, you know, they have been continuously giving me these opportunities, but I have to work with them. I have to also put in effort. I also have to do my job because this is my life. This is my opportunity to experience the physical world and appreciate the things that I'm able to accomplish and to learn from these experiences. And you're also learning the power of your strength, the power of the fact that you can go through as much as you have and to feel the ways that you felt, like your different perspective on things, and to still come out on top if you choose to do that. Like, you are realizing that you can not only climb the mountain, but you can soar above it. You can soar above the mountain and you can be the lighthouse for other people. You know, like, not only are you soaring above, not only are you climbing it, but now you're helping so many other people by shining your light and your radiance. And I see that as being a very clear path for you, a clear direction for you. But again, this has to be your responsibility of doing it. That is one of your main life lessons that you're coming to realize, and that I think that you knew and you felt, but maybe, you know, things had to happen in the way that they have in order for you to really wake up to that, right? So that's what I feel. I hope this brought some clarity, hopefully a lot of truth here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.